A virus is a type of pathology which contains genetic material, but yet it is not a living thing. Therefore, it needs to replicate among ourselves within the human body. There are different types of viruses, but today we're going to talk about
Coronavirus!
It was first originated in China, but currently US is the place with more cases. It was first believed that the virus affected only grandparents and newborn children due to weak or not fully developed immune systems. But turns out that it affects everyone. COVID-19 triggers an excessive immune response that results in macrophage activation and antiphospholipid syndromes. Macrophage activation syndrome produces uncontrollable proliferation of T cells, excessive activation of macrophages, and hypersecretion of the protein interleukin. Interleukin creates an inflammatory response and is a part of a group of proteins called cytokine, which regulates the immune system. On the other hand, the antiphospholipid syndrome propels the formation of abnormal proteins in the body, which are named antiphospholipid antibodies. Now, as we know, antibodies are supposed to fight disease. Well, in this syndrome, antibodies fight your own body. In addition to this, low-density inflammatory neutrophils, a type of immune cell that acts in the first line of response to infections, was found to be a major cause for a crisis among patients of COVID-19 that leads to death, in research conducted by a team at the University of Louisville. All of these three complications contribute to the rapid influx of immune cells to fight the infection. That leads to further complications in the lungs and blood coagulation disorders, such as coagulopathy. That consequently translates into heart attacks, pulmonary embolisms, strokes, or deep vein thrombosis. If doctors could detect a rise in these cells, they could provide therapy to prevent this. The cure for COVID-19 still remains a question for most of us, but thanks to the effort of researchers and health workers, we're approaching it at an effective and quicker pace.